Hey guys, welcome back to my 12 Days of Craftmas series. So today we're going to be making some Pottery Barn inspired stars. You can use them as ornaments, but I'm going to go ahead and use mine to kind of like spruce up a garland a little bit. So this one will use power tools. I'm going to be using a saw. But other than that, the stuff you need is pretty minimum. So we're just going to start out with a star. I printed a template off the internet. And I resized it to be the size that I want it to be. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. So the first step is to kind of figure out where the center of the star is, and I'm just going to eyeball it. And then we're going to divide the star into sections, which makes it easier to cut. So you're going to go from each corner into that center point until you have your star divided up into the 5 sections. And they're going to be like 5 oblong diamonds, kind of. Now, the next thing I did before I cut this out, that way I could remember how it went back together, I went ahead and labeled each one 1 through 5. That way, when I make more than one at a time, I know how they fit back together and I don't have like a bunch of pieces that aren't working. So then I went ahead and cut it out, and I've already got those here to show you guys. And then we're just going to trace it on the wood and take the wood to the saw and get our shapes cut out. So the wood I'm using is just a craft piece that I picked up at Home Depot. It was around $5, and it's just one of these little boards here. I got, I think, a 4-foot section of it. I did. It's poplar. I got a 4-foot section, and I got it, I think, a 1/2 inch thick because I wanted it to be a little bit substantial. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace all my shapes out on this board, and then I'm going to cut them out, and then we'll come back and stain it and assemble it, and I'll show you guys how we're going to do that. So now that I've got all the pieces cut out, I'm going to go ahead and stain them. I just wanted to point out, because I'm making so many at once, I put them in bags with numbers. That way I can put the stars back together and things should fit better than if I just cut all the pieces and mix them together. So I'm going to make sure to keep them separated even while I'm staining them. And I'm going to go ahead and use Minwax Weathered Oak. It's kind of like a lighter stain. So now that they're stained and ready, I'm going to go ahead and assemble them with a little bit of wood glue and a staple gun. So I'm just going to do one little section at a time. I'm just going to put a little bit of wood glue on. And you can see I have them laid out. It goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way I know where the pieces go and how they fit. So once you have the glue on, then they just applied a staple in between the 2 pieces. Like that, and then you're just going to go around the whole star. And I am going to play some Christmas music for you guys while I do this. So there we go, we're going to let the wood glue dry overnight. If it's a little crooked, you could probably set something on it to flatten it, but putting the 2 sets of staples pretty much straightened it out. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest of them that I have laid out in front of me. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we'll drill holes. So now I've got them all assembled, they're all glued together and stapled. I ended up stapling them on both sides. And now I'm going to go ahead and drill holes. That way I can make mine ornaments, or I can string them into a garland. If you were going to make these and you didn't want to put holes, you could put them in like a basket. They'd look cute in a wire basket or tucked into a garland that's sitting on a shelf. I think they'd also make cute present tags if you're giving out presents and you want to put like a handmade ornament on it. I'm going to drill down because I don't want the tips to break off. So I'm just going to drill through here. And go slow. And the hole is through both sides. So here they are all finished. I just tucked them into a tiny piece of greenery so you'd get an idea. But once I actually string garlands from the doorways in my home, I think that they'd be really cute, kind of like tied into that. So this one over here, I'm going to do a giveaway and send to one of you guys. The rules are going to be the same as the rest of them. It's going to be open to the United States. Just like, subscribe, and comment. And I will announce the winner at the end of the 12 Days of Craftmas series. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to see another craft. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do that too. And I'll see you in the next video.